All right, all right, all right. I got my main man, my little man up in the joint. Hold on, let me turn some light on, man. I'm trying to get my lighting straight. You ain't know you looked like that when the light come on, did you? That's your first time seeing yourself, ain't it? I bet you think you look good, don't you? Now you say, yeah, I think I do. You think you look good, don't you? You see that little snagging tooth you got in there? Look at it. I'm looking at it right there on the camera. I see it. Boom! There it is right there. Little snagging tooth. How long that tooth been out?
Since I was 2, I think.
2?
I jumped off the table, I think.
You knocked it out. How old are you now?
7.
You ain't no 7 years old. Oh, his tooth really knocked out?
They pulled it. They pulled it.
Oh, they pulled it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was dead?
It was starting to die, yeah.
It was a permanent tooth?
No, it cracked.
See?
And,
Oh, you still got your baby teeth in.
Yeah.
So how old do you got to be before the big teeth start coming in? When did
They're
that
starting to
come
come
in?
You used to have 9.
Yeah, 2 on the bottom. And
Uh-huh.
he's got 2 of those too. But he's starting to lose.
He's starting to lose. All right. Well, that's what's up. All right. People, I always be forgetting to ask y'all to like, share, and subscribe. I keep forgetting to do all that good stuff, you know. So then I was about to cut him, and I was like, you know what? I might as well put this on Vizio. Keep that chair right there. Let y'all see. See, now this joker right here, his young man, his hair is thin and coarse at the same time. He has one of the absolute hardest head of hair to cut. I've cut a lot of hard people's hair to cut, but this joker right here at a young age ranks on the top. Hey, why you looking at me like that, man? It's the truth, bro. Your hair hard to cut, man. Why you think? What you think? You think your hair hard to cut or not? You know? All right, here, cut it. Cut it yourself.
No.
Why not?
You're the professional.
Oh yeah, you right. He said I'm the professional. Say it again.
So you're the professional, so he has to do it.
That's right. Well, at least he's smart. We know he got some brains in his head, and it's a big old head.
5 brains.
I know this little boy.
Okay, please don't do that.
He got a big old head. He told us, please don't do that. Hey, I'll sing the song again if I want to. Nothing. So he just getting a little mid fade. That's all his daddy want. His daddy behind the scene, behind the camera back there. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it right here. I need to hire a cameraman. I used to have one. So we gotta get around the cook on berry head. What kind of head? If you had to describe your head, what would you describe your head as?
A brain inside, I guess.
A brain inside you, guess? Well, that's a good explanation. You ain't got no other type of explanation for it? Like a pine cone head, basketball, baseball head, football head.
If mine was a football.
It remind you of football?
No, if it was a football,
What?
it would be skinny and fat at the same time.
At the same time, skinny and fat. You know what? You make a good point. Cause your head is skinny and fat at the same time. You gotta do. All I need is some laces right here coming across the top, so I can grip it and throw that thing.
You'd have to throw my whole body if you had to.
Yeah.
You would have to throw.
I would have to throw you back.
And you would have to grab me on the head and flip me over, grab me on the stomach, and then throw me. It would actually work.
Now, when I'm cutting his hair, it's real tricky, man. It really is. I want to keep it dark, and then I want to cut it down too at the same time. So a lot of times, you know, I never go against his grain. I try to come with his grain. And I try to use a guard that will allow me to have some darkness in there. So I cut it down with this, even though I know that I'm not going to stick with this guard as his length. Because how his hair spots up a lot. So this is just a 1 here. So then I'm gonna come over all of that, hopefully, hoping that it won't spot him up too much. We're trying to keep him as dark as we can. He even had cowlicks in his head up front. Dang, I don't know what y'all do to this boy head, man. Y'all made this boy hair all kind of ways. We'll blame it on his mama since she ain't here. She gonna kill me when she see it. Yeah. She had knee surgery. She doing alright from the knee surgery?
Yeah.
Playing pickleball,
Mm-hmm.
the newest sport that everybody's trying to make famous.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the first professional pickleball player that's getting paid millions. Right now, it's just a hobby in people's garage in the backyard. They're gonna turn it into some money in a minute, though.
Supposedly Drew Brees has got a
Pickleball team
court or something that he's building here.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think I heard something similar over in yeah. Okay, now you probably can see what I'm talking about. I probably can't see what I'm talking about. You see how thin his hair is through there, and I cut him down with the one, but his hair is still thin through there. You can kind of see his scalp shining through there. But so I'm gonna hit it, and before I'm over with, I might have to knock it down with the clipper, or I'm gonna put that half guard on here and see if I can get it to look smooth and lay down some. So that's what I'm gonna do with this right here. I'm gonna just go over it and see what I'm gonna open it up though. Yeah, that's a little bit. You hear it cutting slightly. See, like I told y'all, if you go over it with a guard first, it won't cut it as low because this here cut it pretty low. So I'm gonna now take it down all the way. I'm utilizing all of the guard right now. And I'm trying to keep his hair dark but look cut at the same time. So I've cut his hair 3 different lengths already. I started with the 1. Then I went with this half of a 1. And I opened it up, which would basically turn it into this. So what I did was I knocked it down 2 notches. 1, 2. I didn't go all the way. Now that's all the way. So I first cut that side midway with this half guard. And then for the final length, I slid it all the way down. So I'm trying to keep him dark had I just put this guard on and cut him with it closed, he would be very light. It'll almost be bald head. So if you come through, never forget that. If you come through and cut your hair down first, when you put a lower guard on it, it won't cut as low. And for those of y'all that cut hair, just try it out. See what's up. Like, I'm doing it right here. I already cut it down with that 1. Now I'm about to go halfway. 1, 1, 2. And then, what's up, buddy? So, I'm just cutting it halfway, just like this here. I'm just running over it. Barely cutting anything. I'm making it harder for it to cut low. So now I'm coming and closing it all the way. Watch. Bam. Now, you can still hear it. Listen. Cutting just slightly. And I'm keeping it dark. Keeping some dark hair in there. Alright. Now this is the best teaching you can get around the world. Believe that. I done learned from the best of the best when I was young. Now I can teach it to you. Alright, now you work on your fade just like any other thing. You know what to do on that. We already, and again, remember what I say. I don't do no fades, especially with a ball fade. I never start out with the skin. I don't do that. I don't start out with the liner. I don't start out with the baller. I don't do any of that. I start out with my regular clipper all the way down. Why? That's so you can take the line out better. It won't be so hard to get that initial line out. So I shaved him as low as I could all the way around his head, even though he's not getting the ball fade, but it's still the same thing. So I'm just opening it right on up and just put my second line in there because my first is what you just saw. And remember, they don't want it to be too high. So we're going to just work with it like that. Now what do we have? Now it's time to put on the guard. Come right up in there. We're going into that same height on the top of his head we want on the side of his head. We're going to fade it right into that. I'm finna lose some money because his daddy learning how to cut his hair. His daddy learned, oh, you don't want to fool with it, huh? Too tough. Oh, he got a hard head of hair to cut now. Ain't no doubt about that. You know, was growing up, most people could cut hair a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? Alright, so I'm just kind of go up into his darkness. I put on a bigger guard. I put on the 1. Because I want his fade to stop. I don't want it to keep going up. So I grab a bigger guard. Alright? We're cutting up into a little more of his top area. Now, I'm going to take that guard back off, and I'm going to put my half of a guard on there, and I'm going to close it. Then I'm going to use it again as a comb. I'm just finna cut it in the motion of his grain, which is down and forward. Now I'm going to hit it with that comb. Because a lot of times, y'all know I use my clipper as my comb. A lot of times I cut on angles and I don't even use a comb. Now I can kind of see what I'm working with. I kind of think this haircut fits him better, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Alright, now that we got that taken care of, on this camera right here, it looks like a fade, but it's not quite all the way faded. So we got a little dark through here that we go ahead and get out. Now I'm going to open my clipper back up, and I'm going to come back to that bottom part and try to work that out of there. And again, using nothing but corners and teasing it, because you really ain't got much to cut. You don't want to go in there and create new lines, none of that. So I'm going to pull that skin up, and once I see that ain't doing enough, after I pull it, first I started like this, testing it. His skin wasn't pulled up. Open, working, trying to get the teasing those dark spots. It didn't come all the way out. So then I would pull the skin up before I would go lower my clipper, because you're trying to make the hair pop out. And I'm doing the same motion in the same spot. Okay? Now, I've gotten out of there all I think I can get with that. Now I'm going to straighten that hair back out by doing this. And when you come with it and cut it, while the hair is being messed up like that from you cutting it against the grain, it will cut it down a little more now because the hair is going against the grain. So you can just use your clipper and come back down with it. Never use that comb. And it automatically fading in there. But it's still something in there I can take out. But before I go back and fool with that, I'm going to just see what he got going on around here. Same deal. I ain't changed nothing. I'm just flipping it over, and I'm just gonna cut it with the grain. Rake that hair down and see if we can naturally fade him out of there. All right, we pretty much got all we can get out of this side. So now I'm gonna come back to this spot, and I'm gonna drop it on 1 notch, and I'm gonna pull his skin up. Just gradually. You can always take off. You can't put on. So go in there and find out what's needed. All right, I'm going to let him down again. Now I'm going to look in the mirror. Look straight, look straight. Okay. If I wasn't on camera, I would leave it like this, but I'm going to tell you something right now. I would leave that like that. Why? Because they want a half fade. So that gives it a little dark, so you can come down here and put a defined hook on this side. So I'm not gonna fool with too much over here. I'm gonna just hit some of that. So I'm gonna go 1 notch lower, and I'm gonna just come right here on this corner, see what I can take out of there without taking too much. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Now I've done that. Now I'm gonna flip it over and repeat the step just like that again, just like that. We're trying to get him fresh. All right. Fresh to death, like $1,000,000. A lot of times I like cutting half of the head, like we doing right here. Hit it again. I want my clipper to run a little stronger. I'm gonna see if it runs a little stronger. You can hear it. You hear that pull? Watch this. You hear the difference? I needed all the power I could get with you, boy. Now a lot of times when your clipper run too fast, it'll ride across the top of the skin. You know, I mean, it all depends on how a person's skin is. I'm telling you, man, you learn all these things the older you get. You know, everything. You can have a liner that hits too good, and it don't really line that particular person up. And a lot of times because it's moving too fast, it's just sliding across the skin. Now, I just told y'all a nugget that nobody ever in barbering, let me get in the camera. Nobody in barbering has ever said that. I can assure you of that. Never. You can only hear it from me. Why? Because I am that man. Now back to the lesson. That's facts. See, like him, you have some guys, the liners work better if they powerful and running strong. If that guy has like a softer, meatier skin where the liners can sink down in his forehead. See, this youngster right here, he ain't got no fat on his skull. I mean, that's his skull right there. So it's riding just a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and try to put that hook in there, and you're going to see why I left that hair right there. Of course, those that are cutting already know, you know. Right. Just got your hair done, I mean? Well, I saw you in a minute. That's a good problem to have. All right, so we come down the side. So as you can see, of course I'll show y'all the finished product later, but you got the idea. Just teasing, working with the corners of your clippers, cutting the hair down first with a guard, then you come back with the smaller guard, and then I come back with a third smaller guard because I want him to have a little haircut, but I want him to keep it dark, kind of. And because his hair is so thin already that you have to be strategic about how you cutting his hair. It ain't no just jumping in somebody's head. But, you know, that's why I'm who I am in the haircutting game. Alright, so I'm gonna not talk on this side. I'm gonna just try to cut it and fly through it because I don't want the video to be too long. You know what I'm saying? Alright, as they say, get her done. Then, you know, on these kids' head, you know, you really can't just, because you feel all the bumps in the skull and everything when you're cutting them, so that your clipper don't just slide how you want it to slide already. See, because I learned this hair on the other side, I'm going to just already go right to it on this side. I'm going to go a little lower. I'm just coming right on in there. I ain't testing it out. I pretty much got a strong idea. Even though some people's hair is different on both sides of their head, they don't be the same. Hair grains go differently, so you got to watch all of that. You have to make sure you think your client is what you think it is, or you'll be perfect on one side and working hard on the other side. Fade this side on in. Now I'm gonna come down with it just a little bit and then cut it down. My computer. And a lot of times you gotta watch how you put this clipper down on somebody's head. You don't want to rest it too high up here because then you'll cut him too low because your clipper is set for this area. You got to watch all of that. Open it up and rake from up here. See how that works? And a lot of times when I see it's a little dark in there, I cut on an angle just like I'm coming down now. His hair is going straight down, but I'm coming down sideways. That's so we can take a little bit of hair out of there. Just a little bit more. Take a look at him in the mirror. All right. We're going to start on that line. But you see how fast and to the point it is, right? That's my point. It gets you there. And it gets it over with and gets you out of there. You alright? You alright? You okay? Okay, slide over here. Alright. Turn that to me just a little bit, buddy. Yeah. Come on around. There you go. Do something else for me. Take that light and turn it this way. Just a little bit. It'll turn from the top. Yeah. Keep coming. There you go. That'll work. Appreciate it. Alright, now I got him around here, so I'm gonna put him in the mirror and check his line. So I see we can tap it up just a little bit right here. Don't move. All right. The cut, I'm gonna put him in the mirror, take a look at him. The cut is done. It's done, Jack Sprack. All right, but do a little touch-up work on him. I'm gonna clean him up, do a little razor work on him, make him look grown. Bring it around here a little bit. Yeah, turn this way. All right. So I'm just freestyling, freehanding, cutting them wild ends off of him. Look this way. Stay right there. There you go. Need you to hold still for me, Big Chief. You are the chief, right? Chief Howard Guzama. Somebody was making a comment the other day about it. It was like, man, I wish I could work that razor the way you work that razor. Look, man, all you gotta do is continue to watch the videos and just do what I say, and just repetition is everything, man. One day it'll just come to you. Now you see I got here, and look at what I did. I stopped doing that because I'm coming into the hook. So I can control how far my blade go by pulling the skin down versus moving this up. I'm just pulling the skin down towards it. Now here I can work my wrist. See how it's done? Turn me this way just a little bit. Yep. We're getting in the gizzine. See, I pulled the skin all the way out to where I wanted it to meet that blade. All right, all right, all right. All right. Well, I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna round like that there, that flipperoo. All right, sit back for me. Sit back. All right, all right. Let me see. Look straight. Get this out the way. Turn this light back here. I gotta keep finding my light. I have to make it to where it don't cast the glare. And a little youngster with that thin hair like that. And those barbers that you know what I'm talking about, they know what I'm talking about. There we go. I caught you with your mouth open. You know that? All right, people. See how they casting that light like that? I hate that. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And look at that. Another satisfied customer. You a satisfied customer? Just say yeah. There you go. All right. See y'all later.